After losing an appeal to Samsung in a UK court last week, Apple is not exactly taking the high road. The two tech companies have been in and out of the courts for quite some time, disputing over patent laws in several countries. And this time, Samsung walked away with a win in the UK, saying that the Galaxy Tab tablets do not infringe on Apple's iPad design simply because they are, quote, not as cool. And as part of a court order, Apple was told it needed to issue a public apology to their Korean-based company, both on the web and in newspaper. So it did. Sort of. Here's a bit of what Apple came up with. In a case tried in Germany regarding the same patent, the court found that Samsung engaged in unfair competition by copying the iPad design. A U.S. jury also found Samsung guilty of infringing on Apple's design and utility patents. So while the UK court did not find Samsung guilty of infringement, other courts have recognized that in the course of creating its Galaxy tablet, Samsung willfully copied Apple's far more popular iPad. And Apple isn't exactly wearing its cheeky heart on the homepage sleeve, but it did provide a link to it at the bottom of the page. And some have taken notice to the Cupertino company's lack of compassion. A writer for TechCrunch blatantly states, "You can't call it an apology." Quite the opposite. Apple makes it clear it does not agree with the court's decision by pointing out that it has had court wins against Samsung for the same design patent in Germany, and noting its huge win against the Korean gadget maker in the U.S. this summer. And the Inquirer calls it cheeky and a sort of apology. Forbes says Apple did get it wrong, but for a different reason. The jury in California decided that Samsung's tablet did not breach the design patent. Various Samsung products breached various other patents, but not the tablet design one. Note that Apple doesn't say that it did, but a quick reading would give you the impression that it is at least what they are implying. That Apple statement is something of a masterpiece, actually. Absolutely true in each and every word and sentence, and rather misleading as a whole. And as far as any implications go, a writer for TG Daily says this might just keep the bitter ball rolling between the two tech companies. I have to say that when I suggested last week that Apple base its apology on the not as cool statement, I never expected the company to do it quite so enthusiastically. Of the 6 paragraphs in the apology, 2 give the bare facts of the legal position, 2 praise the iPad at the expense of the Galaxy Tab, and 1 implies the judge made the wrong decision. I suspect he'll not be pleased. For Newsy, I'm Logan Tittle. Multiple sources, the real story.